New York City, New York, Knicks. If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it. If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it. If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it. If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, boy, we are not stopping. Aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange. And everybody starving, hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers all going in. We back. Oh yeah, we back. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back,
Films in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks. Let's get it.
Shout out to the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, salute my guy.
The new Knicks, the organic podcast.
Uh-oh. Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, NYC, MSG, stand up. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks.
Yeah. Que lo que mi gente, Brooklyn, Staten, and the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks all the time, always, every day, Sunday, Friday, off days, off season, all of that. We want it all the time. Everybody, if you're globally, everywhere all over the world, you're a Knicks Nation fans, chat, talk, let us know what it is. Welcome back to the Organic Fanatics on Fabulous Flash Black Friday. And I'm here with my number one, my cousin, my primo, Machete Mig. Talk to him. You're
What's going on, Leatherneck? What's going on, Well? What's going on, Michael? Let's talk some Knicks.
Let's talk.
We're here, in the lab, brewing some Busano.
Yep. So we need to fix your connection a
Come on,
little.
people. God bless.
Your connection's a little choppy, but we got to work that out. We good. I don't know if you got to move it up a little bit. What we talking about today, do we trust the process? Kind of like the Embiid in 76, that they trust the process of where they at. Have you seen the pictures that we got for the intro of this video? I've been calling for it. I was crying in the live. Maybe I was crying a little bit. I was shedding some tears. Where is RJ? Is RJ working with Drew Hamlin? He needs to be working on his game. I was a little bit worried. I was worried for my boy. I was like, I want to see you do good, RJ. I want to see you do good. I want that next level to happen. I need that next step to happen. I'm rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for you, bro. And
Always.
I was scrolling up through. I was going through the social things. You know what I'm saying? Looking around, following my boy Drew Hamlin. I got belief in you, Drew. I believe you can do it. All right, so we got hope for you. And I saw it back there in the background. He's working on his move, as you can see on the intro image there. He's working on it. Looks like a driving or working on the inside lane. And who was all eyes? Looked like he had his watching the ops binoculars on. He was looking at Drew Hamlin, studying the plays. He looked like he was learning and burning. Brain cells were burning. So it was very good to see. I feel I feel a little bit more relaxed. I was concerned. You heard Machete. I was there. Yo, before he goes to Canada, he needs to be with Drew. This is a bad thing. I was acting a little like a 5-year-old pouting. No. But proud to see that He's there before he goes to Canada. So uh, I'm liking that. So I gotta you called it. I gotta give you props, Machete. You said it. You said he's probably gonna be in there working on his game, and I give you props. You said it. What you got to say about that?
Well, of course, he's going to be working on his game. He knows he has to improve, man. He knows he didn't do too well last year. He could have done better. But despite the injuries, I believe in RJ. They all know they're all going to come back. We're going to have the continuity. Everybody's going to be good. And we're going to roll it back. One more time, man. We made it. We made it as far as we made it this last year. Next year's going to be even better. And he knows he's got to work on his game. He knows what he's got to do.
Yep.
Including working on free throws.
They weren't at the free throw line when I saw it. That picture doesn't look like they're on the free throw line, but I think he will be working on that. I think he heard you. He's been watching the show. He's been tuning in. It's like, yo, Drew, the organics, you know what I'm saying? They're on point. They usually are. They know their game. I think they're right. I think I got to go work with you before I go to Canada because that's what they said. I'm listening to the vets. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to the old legends. They know what they're talking about. Schedule me in for 2 weeks before I go to
but the thing is that RJ is a professional, man. He's young, he's poised, he's mature, and he's a professional. And he's this is Jamaican in him. He's gonna work hard and he's gonna come back. And I'm telling you, that dude, he's like 6'9", dude. He's like 6'10".
Wow, you're stretching it just a little bit.
Yo, I'm telling you, that cat's like 6'9", yo.
Listen,
watch. He's gonna come in. He's gonna be like 6'9", 230.
Wow, yo, you gave him 4 inches and 25 pounds. Hey, I'll take it though. I'm pretty sure he's 6'7", but he says 6'10". I'm impressed by your optimism. Even on
6'10" is stretching it. At least 6'9".
I can maybe give him a 6'8". I'll give him a 6'8". If he,
maybe strong 6'8".
Maybe he's been eating his Wheaties. Maybe the Pumas got a little extra 1.5 inches in them, the new cushions or something they got on that new Puma. Shout out to Puma.
The more he's in the gym right now working out with Darius, he's in there with the Canadian team and all those guys out there. He's playing against them. He's practicing. He's watching them, and he's soaking it in. He's still growing, dude.
Are you saying he's watching the ops?
Yeah, he's definitely watching the ops.
You gotta learn. You gotta learn. Sometimes you can learn from the ops. I agree with that. You, MBIC, salute, man. Appreciate you guys all in the chat. MBIC, we appreciate you. Thank you for joining. First time. Appreciate that. Salute. So I think it's a good thing, whether people like him or not. I think it's a good thing that he's developing his game, considering he's averaged 20 points on horrific numbers for the most part, inefficient, not giving numbers. He steadily improves each year with the numbers. Now we just need efficiency in his game and to be a more well-rounded player. So if he can be a better shooter with less shots, that way we can get the next player that's in that screenshot that you saw, the shot that we have listed up there, Mr. Quentin Grimes. You thought I had hard on for a second? No, we're not hard. We just did RJ right now, MBIC, and kind of segueing a little bit into Grimes. That's the other person you saw in there. And I think it was kind of interesting that you got Grimes working with JJ Redick. I think that's a big move. I think it's accurate for him, considering what he's been doing. He's worked on his game last year. Summer League, he was working on driving, dribbling, taking it to the lane, slashing, cutting. So all the other opposites of the game. And I think you saw some of his numbers and inefficiency with his three-pointer, which that's something that he was known for the most part, a 3-and-D player. His defense was on another level. I think elite level aspect as well. He was averaging, I want to say, 2 steals a game and almost a block and a half for a guard, which is phenomenal. So his defensive game has been steady. He's had a couple of games that were great. He had a couple of games where he was at least 5 or 6 3-pointers in one game. And then he was just very sporadic. I know if we give him more touches, we can get to the rising star Grimes, 27 points a game up there. But I think the fact that he's working with JJ Redick is huge. Because JJ Redick, if you look at JJ, he was a small guard. He wasn't very athletic. He was very accurate with a shot, but he had to work to get a shot. He had to work on the shot. You say much. Oh, you saying Machete Mig looks like Hart? Okay. Hey, you get the Josh Hart. Yeah, he's our secret guest. Machete Miggs, you got the Josh Hart looking like contest of the
I wish I had his hair, man.
forget his hair. You wish you had his money. Even that playing option, that exception he took. But I guess you want his hair.
I think that's a compliment. Hey, but no, as far as Quentin Grimes, man, he's got a lot of good people around him, encouraging him, teaching him. He's got Anthony Hardaway. He's got JJ Redick talking to him, and these are people who are, because JJ wasn't always a big Knicks fan. He played in Brooklyn, and then when he's on ESPN, sometimes he's not very doesn't sound very fond of the Knicks. But the fact that he's working with Quentin Grimes is a lot, because it shows that he believes in our player, and he's going to turn a lot of heads. He's a hardworking kid. As long as he can stay healthy, if he can stay healthy, he's going to be all right. He's got that quick release, and he's pretty accurate in his shot. He's still another young gun, man. He's only 25, if he's even that.
I don't even think he's 25. I think he's like 22, 23 years old.
He's that young, yeah, right, yeah.
He's like 23, I believe, maybe 23. He's not that old out there. So, but that's what I'm saying. The fact that so if you look at, he was working with Penny. Penny taught him how to drive, slash the lanes, finish. Yeah. So you saw the improvement. That was a huge step for him and a huge part of his game that he developed. And then on top of that, you got where he's now working with JJ, who's basically he was like the second Steph Curry, and I'm not talking about his game. I'm only talking about running around screens, finding his shot, getting into the right position, going around the screen, and knowing when to shoot or how to catch and shoot and a quick release. So I think that's going to be huge with JJ Redick. I think it's going to be a big improvement, because a lot of times you saw when he was coming off the screen, he would either hesitate or he'll just go way too fast and try to run right off the dribble and make a move too fast. And as I think we were speaking of before, we're going to see the game slow down a little bit for him this year. And JJ teaching him how to run and how to get into the right position and find his shots off these runoff shots, these screen shots, these catch and shoot shots. That's what he was pretty much a master. That's why he was in every playoff team, JJ Redick. I mean, since he's been in the NBA, minus his last year. So the fact that he's getting that, I think Grimes is getting all the right people to help him for the right part of his game. Because Penny was, he would have been like the next MJ out there. He was elite before he hurt himself. So I think that's very good for him for his game and JJ Redick. I think that's going to be huge. If he can soak up half of what JJ Redick can do, that's going to be big for us. That's going to be big and these are the two players that we've been talking about that need to step their game up. I think we're like, if you're into street racing, not that I am, because people race in Mexico, but if you're into street racing, they say run what you brung, right? You race what you come with. And that looks like what we did in this offseason. You know what I mean? So in the offseason, we didn't make no big splashes. We didn't go for the big, i.e., I think Leon made the calls and whatnot. We could talk about that. He made the calls to try to get these players, didn't overplay. So he's like, I'm sticking with what we got. And now the players that we have, it's up to them to take it to that next level. So you think Grimes, he was about 12 points per game last year. Do you think we can get him to about 15 to 17 points a game this year?
Yeah, if you can get the minutes. If you can get the minutes, a little bit more minutes. Yeah, if you can stay a little healthy, yeah, definitely. He's a high IQ kid. That guy can see the court really well, and he's got a very quick release. I'm not saying he can hit it from the half court, man, but he can hit it from a few feet off the 3-point line. When he's on, man. He's had some good games. He had some good games. He's going into his third year.
Yep.
So in his second year, he had some good games, man. Where he started because Brunson was injured. That game against Dallas, that game against Dallas where Luka Doncic scored 60. That was a game. That was that game that RJ finger got lacerated. Yep. Luka scored 60, but I think Grimes scored about 30.
Yeah, he was balling.
And
we still should have won that game. It's a little hard torn. NBIC says about 11.3 points per game, so just under 12 last year with the injury. So health is a big thing.
I give him 15.
What happened?
Like 15. I give him 15.
Yeah, I think if we can get into the 15s as an average, I think that's going to be good for us. Consistently.
Yeah.
So health, and consistency is what we're looking at between the two players we have up there.
He's only
RJ,
going to get better, and they're only going to trust him more. So
yeah, I mean he's starting. He's starting in a set. He's been starting in a sense his second year. Right? That's something to say, and to also say that you didn't
exactly,
include him in any of the
exactly.
trades for Donovan Mitchell. You didn't
Yeah, they
include him,
refuse. They refuse.
and Donovan Mitchell's that boy. Donovan Mitchell, hey, we'll talk about that another time for that dude. But
We got time. We got plenty for that.
Donovan Mitchell is that dude. He's definitely someone that I still think is out there that we can eventually land that fish, but I think it's going to be at our terms, not for trade. But hey, salute, Michael Drake. Appreciate you guys all in the chat. Salute MBIC. And then MBIC is, if I'm reading it right, that we traded a 6'8" player for 6'10", or we got rid of a 6'10". So I'm assuming he's talking about Obi to get Dante DiVincenzo. I don't know why I say it all that. I just got to get the names right. But I think DiVincenzo's a great addition. But with Grimes and RJ, it's going to be a pivotal year for them on where we go. If we're looking at the ESPN rankings, the offseason power rankings, which nobody cares. We're not really caring about what their reporters think. But just to reflect on what they're talking about, they got the Knicks ranked about 13th in the entire NBA. So they got us pretty much at the middle of the pack. When you put the Eastern teams out of the rank that they got, where they got us at about 6th place, and then they got 5th place. Is it Brooklyn, or then they got Cleveland ahead of us. So about Cleveland would be 5th, we'll be 6th. So kind of interesting out there. So how they got us ranked out there. I don't mind the ranking, the low ranking. I rather play with the no pressure of just sneaking up like how we did last year, just surprising people out there. So I think that's going to be something that I think we're going to surprise people again this year. We are a little smaller. I do agree with you, MBIC, on getting rid of Obi, but the fact that he wasn't getting any burn time, it is what it is at this point. I think Obi's going to ball out, though. I think he could be averaging close to 20 a game next year in Indiana, but he fits that system. RJ, I'm looking for what you said, Machete. You want him at the free throw? What do you want him to get the free throw? North of 80 or what? What do you think? What do you think?
Everybody 80. Everybody
80?
should be hitting 80%.
I can
83%.
Yeah, I can see RJ getting to 80. It would be nice if he gets at 80, because if he's going to be driving the way he's going to be driving, taking it to the lane, finishing, which hopefully is efficiency, finishing off the board, off the glass, taking the right shots. That's what I'm looking for him. I like the 80. I think 80 is realistic. I think he's at 74, 70-ish for his where he's at for his free throw. So 80 is definitely something he can be. And that's our Organic Fanatics cat. That's our mascot right there. That's our mascot, El Gato. Anyway, so I think RJ 80s is realistic. Finishing off the glass, his numbers have to improve. He was the worst player that we have in efficiency. So that has to be something that they're working on. I'm hoping Drew Hanlon works on that and teaches them some of the game to get to the lane and finish. And then we also need Quentin Grimes, who needs more touches. So at least 5 touches that RJ takes, that has to go to Quentin Grimes. That's what I'm thinking out here. NBIC says that's on the coach. You don't get rid of a potential all-star for a head coach that never won anything. You can't say that he hasn't won anything, because he's won playoffs. So he's won playoffs. And, I mean, you got – I'm sorry, go ahead.
What the fuck are these people fucking talking about, man? They're talking about Thibs again? Yo, do they forget that when we went to the finals that year that OJ Simpson shit happened and we were in the finals? You know who was our assistant coach, right? When we went to that finals, right?
Thibs.
Y'all fucking talking about, and y'all forget that when he didn't win anything with Boston when he was with Doc Rivers, when he was Doc Rivers defensive coach. So you're gonna tell me he doesn't have a ring? Yeah. And then you didn't tell me when Miami had LeBron and the big three, and Thibs had Derek Fisher and his crew, that he didn't give fucking LeBron a hard time in the playoffs in Miami. Come on, man. Give me a break, man. This guy's So he hasn't fucking won anything, but does he at least his teams go to the fucking playoffs?
Can't say he didn't win anything. He's got a championship ring. So we're gonna be clear
Come on,
about
man.
it. Thibodeau
He's got a chance. He helped improve that Boston
he
defense.
has a
Ask any fucking Boston fan about
he has a
Thibs.
championship ring. So let's not say he hasn't won anything. He's as an assistant, he gets a ring. So yes, you got to give props. So he has it, whether he was a head coach or not. Him and Doc Rivers, he has a championship ring. He has a winning record north of 600 on the season. He has a north of 500 record in the playoffs. So he has a winning record. Has he won a chip?
I think
There's a lot of great coaches that have not won a ring. It is very difficult to win a championship in the NBA. Very difficult.
and not only that, he's a respected coach among coaches in the league. You know, the other coaches, Carlisle, Popovich. There's a lot of coaches out there in the league that do respect Thibs. Steve Kerr. These are organizations that do respect Thibs and Thibs' game. They just hating on New York because it's New York is the Knicks. So,
and if you're talking about Tibbs that he didn't contribute, I mean, you're talking about Doc Rivers was the head coach in Boston. Has Doc Rivers won anything after that by himself? No. So that lets you know that the defensive schemes and what he did defensively helped that Boston Celtics win. We won't go into coaching. We'll talk coaching another time for sure, NBA. But other than that, you got rid of Obi, who slightly contributed. I think he's good, but when you're talking about you're going to replace him or even diminish the minutes of someone who's all NBA and a two-time All-Star, two-time All-NBA player, it's difficult to limit those minutes. And at the time, he's been your best player until we got Jalen Brunson. Would he have taken a pay cut to get more minutes or work his way in? Probably not. So the team did something for him, which they did him a solid. They got him into the right place that he wanted to play for and got cheap picks. We took an L on that to show for the organization and show players that if you want to come play for New York, we're going to do right by you. Even with Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier just opened his jibber jabbers way too much, way too early. And now he's in Team France to show a skill asset to get rid of him, to ship him out. He just ran his jibs at the last minute. He was doing good. He hooked up his homie who works in France. Yo, I need a story. I need to get something out there. Give me a little juice. And he ran his jibs to the wrong person.
Man, you know what? Fuck that. It's a free fucking country, man. That guy's been holding it down and being professional for a fucking year and a half, not getting any fucking minutes, a respected fucking player. Guy goes hard. Yo, he's fourth in the league in 3 points. This is a shooter. When we needed shooting, it's disrespectful that you fucking had. He said the truth. So what? And he's fucking right. And there are a lot of players that, but then again, it's like if you're not a defensive guy, if you don't play that solid defense, or if you're not that kind of if you're not a defensive minded first guy, or you go out there and you're just not, it's just not in you. Thibs is not gonna fucking play you because apparently Fournier isn't like that, even though he can shoot. And he had a right to say, why are people hating on what he said, man? So what? The man has a fucking right to say what he voices frustration. He said he literally didn't have a fucking relationship with Thibs. That means that the coach didn't have to try to have a relationship with him. So I can't, if somebody was like that with me, I'll fucking say something about it. Who gives a shit? If you don't fucking like it, so what? But the truth is the truth. But now also the other thing with Obi. Now look, Obi, he's a fan. He watches our show or whatever. But you were the ops now, bro. You were the fucking Pacers now. Fuck that. When you were here, you didn't play any fucking defense, dude. Yo, I hope you ball out in fucking Indiana, but not against us, dog. Not against us. We're going to shut that shit down because you don't play defense, dude. And we're going to show that shit. Forget about it. DiVincenzo is a guy, that was on a winning team, a championship team. All right, he was a rookie or whatever the fuck when he won the championship. But then got sent to a good organization that had, it was almost practically a dynasty. So they must have seen something in him when they picked him up from the Bucks, was it? He went with the Bucks?
Yeah.
So when they must have seen something in him to bring him into a dynasty organization. We're lucky that he played in Villanova with Brunson and that he's from Delaware and we're able to get him at a decent contract. And we had to get rid of Obi because, Obi was Leon's first draft pick, right?
That was
He
big.
wanted it to happen. The kid was from New York. He wanted it to happen. You know, he picked him. The kid was from New York. He was dynamic when he played it in college, and you know he was in New York, and we wanted to bring him in. You know, thinking that if anything would have happened to Brunson, to Randall, because we were like iffy on Randall before he became an All Star. Then we got Obi, but we thought at the time that we weren't gonna have Randall around, right? So we thought Obi was gonna be his replacement. But what happened? Randall balled out, and Obi didn't get any fucking minutes. And then what happened? And so then Bibbs started working with Randall over the summer and became his guy because Randall was the guy who got picked. He just also picked up a contract that year before he balled out. Before that year that Obi came in, that's when Randall balled out. But whatever, it worked out. It is what it is. But you can't deny that Randall, who's rarely injured, it was unfortunate he got injured. But this guy, you know, 2 of the 3 years is an all-star, and there are too many guys who can bang with him. And really, if I had to choose between Randall and Obi, I'm fucking go with Randall, dog. I mean, despite his fucking attitude.
But that's the truth, and that's what it is. And it's not a slight towards anybody. When it comes, just like right now, preseason's coming in. We're about to start when the training camp comes. It's your job. If you want a bigger role, if you think you're better than that dude in front of you, it's up to you to outplay him in training camp. That's what the training camp's for. That's when Cam, as you talking about NBSC, Cam Reddish had a chance. Cam Reddish had a chance to outplay everybody, to win a starting position, to win more minutes, and he was inconsistent. He got the chance. He played. They had him all through the summer league. He was looking at everybody in the summer league. He sat right next to Tibbs, and he sat right next to Leon Rose throughout the summer. And they're showing Cam Reddish here, plays and different things that he can do, and he did not win that spot. He was not consistent. He was inefficient. That's why they got rid of him. Plus, at the end of that, you have to decide, are you going to pay this dude that you're not really giving any minutes to? Same thing with Obi. When Obi came in, we drafted him expecting to either get rid of Randall, and no one expected Randall to become the player that he did. When Randall came out, all NBA, all-star player, that's something that is not easily achievable. You can't turn that away. And at that time, his value was down. You weren't really getting anything for him. So you keep him another year to see if you can regain that. But it is what it is. Obi, we love Obi. I think Obi's going to ball out. I think Obi improved his game, jump shot, and defensively. I can't say no. He was the second best player from the bench on positive minus after Emmanuel Quickly, which we'll talk about him in a sec. But after that, Obi gets props. I'm not going to diss Obi. Obi gets huge props over here. You get props over here. That beat nuts. If you know who gets props over here, beat nuts, let me know. Anyway, but he did his thing, but he wasn't going to get the amount of minutes he needed. They did him a solid. That should be something that ain't no beef, ain't no love lost. We hooked them up.
I mean, you know, it's kind of like it's a little frustrating for me too, because that's not. I don't want to talk bad about Thibs or the front office, but that's like kind of like where they fucked up. Because it's true, you know, what they got back, the two second round picks. It's kind of like, I don't want to sound like I'm on the fence, but it's also like, you know, was Thibs wrong about these players? You talk about Cam Reddish, all these guys that just didn't fit the system. You know, maybe Fournier, get rid of Fournier. I'd rather get rid of him because I don't want him to be like that that bad seed in the locker room. I think those are the guys now they want to try to get rid of. They got rid of Obi because if they would have kept Obi, it was already a problem. He already got into it with RJ, and then he finally got into it with the coach. It would have been bad to keep him because we could have kept him as a backup if Randall got hurt, right? But maybe he didn't show in practice that could play defense. Coach didn't like him for whatever reason. Coach didn't like him or didn't see something in him. The same way he didn't see anything in this kid that they got rid of, you know, Kevin Knotts and Cam Reddish and all these guys that when the coach came in that they just got rid of because the coach didn't see anything in them. But what happens? They got rid of them. Okay, they got sent to other teams. But what the fuck are they doing? Have they improved? Have they gotten better? So for me, Coach Thibs in situations like that, I'm talking about players they got rid of because he didn't fit Thibs' system. Coach is 3-0, right? Because in the outcome, if you look at them already, they've been traded to other teams, and you see them and they haven't fucking done anything. We'll see what Cam Reddish does with the Lakers. We don't know, but so far, The coach has been right. As I'm saying, as far as Obi, but at the same time, I'm kind of pissed off that, you know, okay, it was your first pick as president and or general manager, and it didn't work out because the coach just it wasn't his fit. It didn't work out. You had to get rid of him. You got rid of him for 2 fucking second round picks. That's where I'm kind of like, you know, I'm mad the coach not making it work out between him and Randall, or just finding a way, or maybe the coach didn't see something. He could be right, but we don't know. We'll see over the next season how
But
it goes for Obi and everybody else that we got rid of.
but it's always the Knicks, bro. It's always us that we
But
either.
we've done better. My thing is our record did get better though. I mean, the other thing was that I don't know the injuries in the end, man. We couldn't get further past the injuries we got in the playoffs.
That's why we're betting on it
But we
now.
did get better though. We did a lot better than we projected. That's for sure.
Indiana literally did the same thing on a higher pick on Duarte. Duarte, shout out Dominican Duarte. Duarte got traded to the Kings for the same thing, for 2 second-round picks. So they traded Duarte, who was their first rounder. I think he was 14.
I mean, like, what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying about a player when you get rid of him for 2 second-round picks or second-round picks?
Second-round picks.
Are the second-round picks you're getting going to be that valuable? Or
They
what are you saying
could
about
be.
the player? That
It's-
you're only worth 2 second-round picks?
But
You
again,
were a first-round fucking pick. So we got a first-round pick, an eight first-round pick for 2 second-round picks.
Mhm. We got Grimes and we got Mitch in what? Second round. Jokic was the second round. Giannis was the second round. There's value there if you know how to scout. And at the same time, so there's a lot of players. Jimmy Butler, second round. We could go on and on of key players that were second round players. So it's not a cheap thing. You can rotate. You can use both. And there's teams like the Orlando Magic. Hold on. Orlando Magic that got a plethora of first rounders, a plethora of talent. At some point, they can't keep picking that high because they got to pay those players. So sometimes they'll trade that first round pick. Maybe it's an 8th or 10th first rounder and get 2 seconds because they don't have to pay those, or they can do 2-way contracts because they're already paying so much on salary. Same thing with Golden State. So if there's other teams that may have to trade down, because if not, they have to pay these players that they're probably never going to play. So it has value in certain aspects. And at the same time, the point of that is that he wanted to go there. We did him a solid. We could have traded him anywhere else, maybe to Portland, and we could have got a higher pick. But we did him a solid. We did something good for Toppin. And that's something that's unheard of.
But that's because his agent is Leon's son, and so then that makes Obi is a CAA client, right? You want to keep your client happy. I think, we did him a favor. We did Indiana a favor. We'll see.
How does that look to a superstar? Because you heard Knicks before. Knicks, nobody wanted to come here. They hated the management. They hated the coaching. The coaches and the management did terrible.
It's just, I mean, to superstar can look at it one or two ways. You can look at it as the Knicks couldn't find a way to work it out with OB and whatever, or they didn't accommodate him and play him on the team, or they could look at it like, at least they accommodated him and sending him where they wanted to, and he's gonna go get a chance to go prove that he can make that money. You know what I'm saying? They gave him that opportunity. That door wasn't closed on him because they could have shut him. They could have kept him on the end of the bench and shut him down.
Yeah, and even then, it's like, why didn't Obi get playing time? The person in front of him was an all-star and an all-NBA player. It's not like you're saying the guy in front of him is a bum, and then he was just being stubborn not to give.
That'd be something stupid. Yeah,
the dude is an elite player. He's playing at an elite level. You can't take that away from him. He's technically your best player at that time. Insert Jalen Brunson and NBA. I see you're right. Jalen Brunson, I won't say he doesn't play defense, and he is not ideally a defensive player. He'll give effort, but he's not a defensive player. You are correct. But everything else that he does makes up for that negative ground, which is why you keep Grimes, which is why Grimes is needed on the starting lineup. Grimes has to be a starter because of his defensive skill set, because he can hit a three-point shot, and because his skill set could be a lot higher. His ceiling is a lot higher. I think Raw Hebrew said it, that he could be a 90, whatever, the 50, 90, whatever. He's very good, elite. So I think he's going to be a great player. You need him out there. Now it's up to RJ if we can get him to effective defensively. I mean, I think his third year, he was playing excellent defense, RJ Barrett. So the fact that he's fallen off so much, I don't know if it's effort. I don't know if something in the team maybe doesn't feel he's not getting the ball, something. But hopefully after 6 months playing with Brunson, new off season, new tools in the bag, they can figure it out. Now you got someone for a whole half of the team. Now you're gonna have this team with Brunson, Hart for a whole year, DiVincenzo. So you got a lot.
We got a bunch of dogs. Dogs.
A bunch of dogs.
We got some dogs, dude. We got guys who are smart. DiVincenzo, I don't know. He just seems like a smart guy, man. He's like a smart player, man. He's sneaky. They call him the blur, man, because he'll sneak up on your ass and steal the ball from your ass, dude. Then we got Josh Hart, who was the leading rebounder the season before. Leading rebounder, his 6'4" ass was rebounding over centers, dude. Because he's a dog. He's a dog. We got Brunson, who's gonna have a chip on his shoulder because he wasn't picked to the All-Star.
Thank you, Michael.
They were hating on. But just, he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder, the best point guard in the motherfucking East. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Kyrie ain't in the East anymore.
Okay. So you think
all right?
All right. I like that. We
got a wildcat. We don't got dogs. We got wildcats, dog. You give me a wildcat over a rabid dog. You give me a wildcat.
Nova Knicks, the wildcat. That's big. And yes, thank you, Michael Drake. 50, 40, 90. That's what I couldn't get it at. That's what I was with. 50, 40, 90 definitely qualify for that. And NBIC, I appreciate you. We agree, and it's gonna take time for the coach. It's gonna take time. The reason you ain't getting rid of Fibs and they ain't looking around because you need continuity. You need stability. That all the things we're talking about, the things that the Knicks have been, I won't say a laughing stock, but that's been the main thing that we rotated. We've been through. If we go through how many coaches we've been through within a 5-year period, we've been through like a gang of coaches, bro.
Yeah, dog. We've been through 5 fucking coaches, dog. What are you talking about, man? It's crazy.
We've been through a bunch of coaches.
Mike Miller, Fisher, Hornacek.
We'll be here all day talking about coaches.
Fizdale, come on. Who else was a and Joe Little? We've been through 5 coaches. He was 6 coaches.
Mike
Rambis,
Mike.
In the last 10 years. Come on, man.
So we've been through too many. So that's the whole purpose of why they gave a 5-year window for Thibodeau, and then also a defensive coach, because defense which wins games. There's some people saying that that's not true or that's old school. Any of the championship teams have won defense. I think even Denver was in the top 10 for sure in defensive this year when they won the championship and overall in the season. So defense is a key to it. If you have elite players, some rare breed like a Jokic, and you got these rare combination of offensive players, which is extremely rare, and they all work together. It took a while for Denver to get there. People, they're like, oh, they had this great offensive team, but it took them a while to get there. They struggled with a lot. They lost to a lot of teams, and they finally got it all dialed in on there. So
what I just thought? I just thought of something, Dwight. I don't know why, man. It just flashed in my head that RJ Barrett is not only going to be practicing and playing with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jamal Murray. He's gonna be balling with these cats, dude. He's gonna be picking up shit from Jamal Murray. It just hit me. It just occurred. I just thought about it. I mean, he's got Jamal. He just never mind.
My bad. I stepped away. I had a gig. So anyway, yes, the fact that he's going to be balling with them, we hope. He's working with Drew Hanlon now. I hope all that just rubs off and that he picks it all up. So we got a good chance on there. Oh, my goodness. You bring up Fizdale. I forgot about Fizz goggles. Fizdale, Rambis, Fisher, D'Antoni. Oh, my goodness. And that, NBIC, is why we're not getting rid of Tibbs. You want continuity. If you want to get stars want stability. Stars want a coach or a system that they can believe in and that they can be added in. If you're going through a rotation of coaches, they're not going to want to come to you if there's no stability, or at least a coach with a system. as we were talking about earlier, I think Machete was talking about how Evan Fournier said he didn't have a relationship with him. Tibbs is a good coach. He has a relationship with his players that play for him. Derrick Rose loves him. Jimmy loved him. There's a lot of people that loved him, but he's not gonna be your dad, bro. He's not gonna be the buddy coach. He is a coach. He's there to. You're already getting your million. You don't need any. You got social media now. You got enough people to give you thumbs ups and likes and say how awesome you are. The coach is not gonna do that. You know how hard it is to get a millionaire to do something, especially they're getting paid for. But bro, you're doing it for 2 hours in a day. You're playing for 2 hours, and on top of that, you want to be held and coddled and nah, bro. No, Tibbs is not the guy. You got to come in. Look. You got your money. That's great. You don't play defense, you ain't playing. All that time that Evan was not in the lineup, they told him, "Yo, we're not putting you in because your defensive numbers are terrible. You're letting the player blow by." You don't think he could have worked on that? He could have been working in the gym, getting his legs stronger, asking Grimes, "Yo, what do you do? What do you see? Do something. You're getting paid millions of dollars. You ain't gonna improve. You're getting paid 17 a year. You couldn't get 2 or 3 tips within those 6 months to get a little bit better, get in a better position, look at some film. You definitely had time to look at film.
But the truth is that most great shooters are not great defenders. You can't be both. You either choose to be a defender or a shooter. Even Randall, Randall's not even a decent. He's a below average defender. His offense is a little bit better than his defense, but you can't have it both. Very rarely do you have a guy who's a 3-and-D.
Bro,
hold on. And he's just not that.
I'm gonna rebut.
He's going against younger guys who have he just physically he's not as athletic as some of these kids are, as agile or as fast. I'm not saying he's not a big strong guy. He's obviously you have to be to play in the NBA, but he's more of a shooter. He's more finesse than I don't know. I heard he's a black belt in judo, but
then you can move, bro. Then if you got to kick someone in the,
he just doesn't have that vertical, dude. He doesn't have that vertical speed. Bro. He doesn't have that side to side speed. He gets burnt, dude. He gets burnt when it goes sideways. Rarely does he defend. I mean, like he really has to be on it all the time. I just don't think he has that.
But that's the point. You're talking for 48 minutes. If you want to, come on. Defense is only effort. Defense is with your feet, not your hands. No reach. I teach. Jordan was 40 and was in a defensive team or one of the top steals in his time. And I know we're talking about Jordan.
Jordan was a good defender. He was a good.
Okay, but it's learnable. It's learnable.
He has that aggressiveness, man.
You were in Tibbs' system. You know what Tibbs wants. You know where he wants you to be. It's effort and moving your feet. You get him burned. You not facing your man or seeing your man, and he blows right behind you. That's effort. That has nothing to do with you can't do it or you're not able to. That's your unwilling to do it. There's a difference from willing and unwilling. They are not willing to do it. They think that they're too good not to play defense. So that's why you sit on the side of the bench. Derrick Rose was different. He was physically unable to put that effort. You put D Rose on the court, he's gonna break his leg, dive on the floor, do whatever he has to do until he gets hurt, and then he's gonna go back, rehab, and then come back again. There's a difference from him and everybody else. Derrick Rose physically could not, give that grind for 20 minutes or even 20 minutes that Thibodeau wanted him. So that's a difference from him and from Evan. Evan had plenty of time. He's young enough. He's skilled enough. He's played in tons of basketball to know defense. There's no way that he shouldn't be out there just not playing. That's an effort role. Salute Johnny Harris in the building. It takes hard to play defense, and the Knicks don't have any. Fire tips. Go Heat. Oh, my God. If y'all know Jay Harris, flame him in the chat. Salute, the new Knicks is in the chat. Let me know if you can come on. But
the Knicks were middle of the pack, I think, in defense.
Michael Drake says we must continue to build a sustainable winning culture. So I definitely agree with that. And keeping the coach, good or bad, that's what it takes. NBIC says we should have got Udoka. That is not winning culture if he's out there tap racking and banging all the secretaries in the office. That's not going to bring positivity on there. He did okay with Boston. Boston has elite players. He did good, but you had a team that was already. You can run it with Anybody. You can get a WNBA coach and put them in Boston, and they're gonna ball out. They had a team that's been together for 6 years. They're running on their own. There's not too much you really got to do to get them out there.
Which Boston team are you talking about?
The current one, minus Porzingis now, but NBIC was talking about we should have gotten after Udoka after he got fired with Boston, and I'm saying he only did good with Boston because Boston's a well-oiled machine. Boston had Tatum, they had Brown, they had Smart. All the players have been playing together, chemistry. They know their roles. They have their system. It's like a Miami Heat team.
Whatever, man. They're all right. They can't beat us.
I know.
I'm fucking 3 out of 4. We got 3 out of 4.
We got 3 out of 4.
What are you talking about? They ain't all that.
I'm just reading what the chat says.
I'm telling you what I know.
I hear you. I'm not arguing.
Did we not beat them 3 out of 4?
Yes.
And weren't they not the number 1 ranked team, the number 2 ranked team? So I don't want to hear about Boston. All right.
So other than that,
I think they got worse. They got rid of Smart, who was like one of their main guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
defensive player of the year. The year before that, I think he was defensive player of the year.
Heart and soul. I just don't see Porzingis bringing it. I mean, Porzingis got the height, despite the height and the skills. Just he's got to get adjusted now in Boston to that team. They broke up. It was like they broke up the Three Stooges, man. And you bringing in another one. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it ain't gonna be the same, and he's gonna have to adjust. And they sent Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies,
to the Memphis, and D-Rose.
So Memphis not only got Marcus Smart, they got Derek Fisher.
No, Derrick Rose. They got D-Rose.
Derrick Rose. I meant to say Derrick Rose.
I'm about to say because nobody wants Derek Fisher.
I meant to say Derrick Rose, but
so what about our bench?
I think that makes them better. That makes Grizzly better, but I don't think that Boston got better.
They got rated pretty low, I think, in the rankings as well, which I'll pull up for as well. So
it's obvious they picked up KP. So all you motherfuckers that wanted KP to come to the Knicks.
I mean, he's gonna do all right. I can't front on that. He's gonna do all right. Now, whether he's healthy and stays healthy that whole time is gonna be a different story. They got Memphis at
another one. I want him to see him do well as long as he can stay healthy. Yeah,
I don't want to see him do well. I don't want to see him do
fun. It'll be fun when we kick their ass.
Oh, I'd love to kick their Bamba Russ. Trade Randall, Johnny Hatch, New Island. And it takes a good coach to bring the chemistry together. Tibbs is not that guy. I don't know. I definitely know you're not a fan of MBS Thibodeau, and that's okay.
Our chemistry seems to be doing real fine. Quite fine.
Drake says the Celtics are going to get worse. Their defense took a step back. They took a huge hit. And they're putting – listen, Celtics put all their marbles in right now, all the chips on their players right now. They must win. It was like Cleveland. Cleveland went all in with Donovan Mitchell. They got rid of picks. They got rid of a gang of players. They went all in with Donovan Mitchell.
And not only that, as far as the Celtics, not only that, they got a new player coming in that has to become adjusted. They also paid this cap $300 million. You know how it is with these players when they get paid, man. That year after they get paid, you know how they kind of like.
Well, you know the code. He got paid $304 million. You turn it around. That's how he's going to become.
He's enjoying that money, man. He's gonna be, enjoying that money. He's going to be kind of like take the pedal off the metal.
We'll see. I mean, Porzingis has to improve. Brown definitely has to improve, and they got to pay Jason Tatum next year. So
Brown ain't got nothing to prove. Brown ain't got nothing to prove. Brown just got paid.
I mean, Tatum gets paid next year. You think he's not going to get more than 304? He's got to be in the 310, 315. I guarantee it.
I got paid. I got my money. They can let me go. They can send me anywhere the fuck I want. He may not want to go hard for them.
And they got Coach Snyder too. They got Coach Snyder who used to be for the Utah.
Coach Snyder is in Atlanta.
I apologize. Yeah, that's right. Snyder's in Atlanta. My bad. That was my bad.
Yeah, I like him.
He's all right. I don't think he's a mega.
Atlanta got better when they got Schneider. They actually started winning. They made it to the playoffs and they got better because they were. You remember they were kind of falling off a little bit till they got him, and then he got better, and then they kind of like went on a little bit of a run. I think Atlanta's gonna do a little bit better, man. I think we do gotta look watch our backs as far as they're concerned, because they do have a good coach in there who's he's a scary coach. I like to watch him, man. He's a fucking smart, competitive guy.
Apparently, you obviously snuck in watching the ops. Just snuck it in there with it, boy. We are talking about the Knicks, and you did the old bait and switch, and now we're watching the ops. Yeah, good one. Touche. I see what you did there. You got me. You got me. Nonetheless, I think we're gonna do good. Now let's talk about our bench bombers coined by the new Knicks. Our bench bombers. I think we had last year the most potent NBA bench last year, and now it only gets more sazon with a splash of adobo. You got DiVincenzo, Dante DiVincenzo. You add him to the mix, and now we gonna be dropping bombs. We letting these people know we're gonna be airing them out, pow pow, guns out. So I think we're gonna be top 5 bench in the NBA. Yeah, so show them that sazon, a little bit of Goya. That's how it is. So new Knicks with the bench bombers. I definitely agree. I have to keep taking. Yeah, I gotta. You, Alex, everybody was talking about IQ. Everybody's been talking about IQ. Should he get the bag? Does he get the bag? Do you give him that go yard? Do you get the duffel bag up? Do you get the Scarface scene when they come with the duffel bags out the trunk, taking the money to? Do you give him the brinks? Do you back it up? Beep, beep, beep. Do you give him that 100 mil? And by golly, I've been looking at these numbers and whoa, I think he deserves that 100 mil. I think we
Saturday morning cartoons.
Yo, my guy, he's the almost our all-time plus minus player. I
Who's
mean,
it?
IQ out of it's not even close. I was looking all the way from the next player in the positive minus out of all our players is Charlie Ward. So IQ is plus 765 and plus minus. Then you got Charlie Ward at plus 761. Then Ewing at plus 591. Then Novak, who was a great shooter, plus 424. I mean, we can go down. Oakley, like, yo, the dude is a phenom with plus minus. Every rotation he's been in, whether it's been the starting, whether it's been the bench, he's been on the plus side of it. Every time. The amount of games compared to minutes that he's done, I mean, he's played in 223 games. He's plus 765, which is insane, with 24 minutes a game, 12.7 points per game, 3.2 rebounds per game, 3.1 assists per game, 0.7 steals, 0.1 blocks, and has 2,822 points, 721 rebounds. Basically, the dude is every time he's in a rotation, he's positive. We win it with him.
Yo, IQ has gotten better every year he's been here, dude. Every year he's gotten better. You know what it is that I mean, that first year he didn't play so much. You know, he was a little bit of a ball hog, a little, second year got a little bit better. Third year, 6th man of the year candidate. Straight out of college. Straight out of college. 3 years in the NBA. 6th man of the year candidate. And he lost to a good candidate on a great team. The only reason he got that shit was because they had a better winning record. If we had a better winning record, IQ would have gotten that 6th man of the year award.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Brogdon or anything like that, but IQ is a phenomenal player, man. He's gonna come back stronger. At the start of last year when they had that press conference, I didn't think that he was working out or had gotten any better, but he obviously is a very very athletic and intelligent player. I like IQ, man. He's gonna do better. He's gonna get the bag. They always get the bag.
It's not even about the bag.
It's like you say, we can't like you said before with Obi, we can't, we got rid of him maybe because he wasn't going to get the minutes, and also eventually we would have had to pay him. We can't pay everybody if we plan to be a championship team. I was listening to one of the podcasts. Shouts out to Gilbert's Arena. But they made a good point where they said that you can't pay everybody if you want to be a champion on a championship team. You can have a few players that you can pay, but all the key players are gonna have to take a little bit of a cut if you want to get the right pieces in. You know, you can't and eventually, if we get that championship, then everybody will get paid like they did over there at Golden State. Everybody had to kind of like not everybody could have gotten paid on that team, and then also gone to the championship.
And
They
that's
kind
what
of be.
and that's what you're looking at now. Everything that you're seeing, all the moves you're seeing, the fact that we didn't pick up anybody. Leon made the calls. He tried to get the stars that were out there, which would have made sense for us, that would fit our team, the Levines and all that other stuff. He made the calls, but it's got to be at his price or nothing. Because just like you're talking about, you can't pay everybody. You can't give everybody the super high contract and then get a bunch of players that aren't going to be able to contribute. So I think we're doing smart on that. IQ, as we were talking about, Michael Drake. I've been watching on the social media. Buddy's been traveling all over Greece, France. The boy's been doing the thing. He's been fashion over. He definitely enjoyed his vacation. I'll tell you that much. And then he came back, and the boy is grinding. He's over there at University of Miami. I mean, he's hitting the gym. He's working out. He looks stronger. He looks already bigger now. So I mean, he's getting into his bag. So it's great to see that IQ's in the gym, getting that burn. It's great to see RJ with his coach now, working going to Canada, getting ready to be ready so he's not starting off slow this year. It's great to see Quentin Grimes with JJ Redick, with the right type of coach. That's the right type of player that you need for him. And they're making the right moves so he can have the right improvements for this year. And that's what they betted in. After they didn't hit the home run with any of these stars that they didn't go for, they're like, yo, we believe in who we have, what we have, and this is what we're going to war with. We're betting and trusting on you young cats. Now it's time for you guys to go out there and do what you got to do. IQ has something to prove. You want that 100 mil? Again, we don't have to pay him this year. We don't have to pay him until before the end of this upcoming year. So he has all this year to prove, and this is a contract year. So this is where he should, as Michael Drake said, he should win Sixth Man of the Year. He should do that and then some. Give him that.
He's the type of cat that'll come back and win Sixth Man of the Year this year going in, and that's very good. We got a couple of guys who have a couple of chips on their shoulder. We got IQ who's got a chip on her shoulder, because he didn't get picked Sixth Man of the Year, and we got Jalen Brunson who's a six man, who's also gonna have a chip on his shoulder because he didn't get the All-Star nomination. So we got some guys in there who gonna. The only one I'm worried about, that I'm wondering if he's gonna be, but I feel that he's gonna be okay. Is gonna be Randall. I want him already to be healed and already on there on his leg, just practicing. I'm sure he probably is. I don't know, but I just want him already conditioning and getting already warmed up because all the other guys are already in the lab right now. You see JR, you see IQ, you see Brunson, you see all these guys, Josh Hart getting ready for events this summer, and it's like that time where they're gonna have to just already, okay, vacation's over, back to work. Start at least warming up, getting the body ready, getting the mental ready, and I just hope that Randall is at that, because he seems to go away and have good practices or whatever, a good training during the off season. He comes back really strong. I'm just hoping that he's already there.
Now he's been. I've been seeing him on social media too. He's doing his thing. He's just starting to get ready. I saw him working out, so he's getting in shape, strengthening up his leg and his ankle. So
I want him healed, completely healed and ready to go.
I mean,
ready to go, right to start camp.
Randall's an incredible Hulk, bro. He's a bully. Monster, you ain't gonna stop him.
We need him 100%, man. Mm-hmm.
We need him as the smart Hulk. We need him to transform from the green Hulk to the gray Hulk.
Yeah. He had a lot of time sitting, even with his leg cast up, he had plenty of time to sit there watch film. Now I'm fucking get the cast off and fucking start working out.
Hey, salute G-Man 78. We got another new one. Appreciate you guys. Everybody in the chat. Comment on the chat. We appreciate you guys. We address you. What's good, fellas? New to the channel. Just subscribe. Love Knicks content. We appreciate you, G-Man 78.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for the viewers. Thank you for the likes and subscriptions.
We chatted with you guys, and we do it a little bit different here. We a little wild style. We have fun here, so if you ain't having fun, we doing it wrong. But we enjoy ourselves. We appreciate you guys joining.
Talking shit, chopping it up a little bit. Ain't too much to talk about.
Yeah, but I mean, now that's what we're looking at now. So now we got all the drafts gone. The trades are gone for the most part. all the moves are pretty much out. So now we're looking at our team at what we have and what they're doing now to develop, which it looks positive. RJ's working in this game. We hope that he comes ready to ball out. I think Canada, as you said, by being in Canada, that'll help him be ready for the year. With Drew Hanlon, and hopefully they're working on the little individual intricacies of what we're talking about. I need RJ to come with a go-to move, just one go-to move, and to master the finishing at the lane. That's what I think he's working on. JJ Redick with Grimes is huge. I think that's going to be big. IQ, you got to give my boy the bag. So I think he's got something to prove, as you said, a chip on his shoulder. I think he's worth that $100 million. He's going to let him know. The fact that he lost Sixth Man of the Year to Tiny Tim from A Christmas Carol is retarded. I can't believe he lost it to a cripple, but a broke leg person, Brogdon. But he's gonna have that chip on his shoulder. I think RJ's gonna have that chip of hearing his name in the trade talk. So it's gonna be something very interesting to see our players come in. I ain't too concerned with Randall. I think he's gonna do good. I think RJ's gonna fill the minutes, as I think Raul was mentioning that, and Jericho Sims as far as power forward. So we're just going to deal with who we have that's going to fill in the slots that Tibbs already trusts. Fournier is the last shoe to drop. Yep, he's the last shoe to drop. I didn't put the picture on him, but he's already for the French team. Him and Frenchie, who we had before, Frankie. I forgot his name. Frank Ntilikina. So they're both
Nick Ntilikina. We already forgot his name. We already forgot how to mention his name.
And Ntilikina hasn't been picked up either. So Ntilikina and Kevin Knox have not been picked up by a team yet. So as you were talking about,
this is what I'm talking about.
As you were talking about, did they waive him and get rid of them for a reason? Now it still hurts. It still hurts knowing that we got Kevin Knox, and then we passed up on Mikal Bridges, who we could have had. We could have Mikal Bridges, and he's the next highest one after IQ.
Who's on Team France?
Gobert. He's watching the ops already. We ain't ready for all of that. Brogdon did not deserve six man. Absolutely did not.
We're talking about, there's a Nick on that team. Isn't there a Nick on that France team?
On the French team, no. Fournier. Fournier he's the only Nick that's on there. They know the Frenchman out there. So Fournier needs to raise his stock so he could get him to a right team and get something other than second round picks. So I don't know. Either that or we keep him and he stays on the bench and we free up 19 mil by the end of the year.
I'm saying we were just talking about Fournier.
Oh my God. Yeah, you gotta bring that. Yeah. So with Ntilikina, you're right, Michael Drake. So with Ntilikina, we picked Ntilikina instead of Donovan Mitchell. And with Kevin Knox, we could have had Mikal Bridges. So those are two tough blows. And ironically, those are two players that we've been trying to pick up this year. So the fact that we could have had Mikal Bridges and Donovan Mitchell, but that's the Phil Jackson era. That was the Phil Jackson era. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. Damn, I need to take a shot. I need a drink. He caused me to drink just thinking about that. So all that, do we trust the process? MBIC, do you trust the coach? Do you trust his process? I don't know. That's what we're looking at. So now, do we trust the process of their development? Do you guys think that these coaches and what they're doing now is going to get them to where we need them to be? Machete, you think RJ comes with that 80% free throw plus?
He better. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to try and worry about it. Eventually, he's going to come. He's going to bring that 6'9" frame, 230 coming running down the court. 4 or 5 guys trying to stop him. He's going to bang on all them motherfuckers like bowling pins.
Harris.
You call him
6'9". You every time we mention RJ Barrett, you add an inch and 10 pounds to him each time. 6'9". What you said? 6'9", 240.
Yep. 6'9", 240.
6'7", close. It's close. Well, we hope he goes to the Spurs, but we got to get something out there.
Who, Fournier?
For real. Yeah. That's been a lot of talk that he's going to go. It just makes sense for him to go there. So I think that's a lot of the talk, whether he goes to the Spurs, that way he can help Wembanyama because he's French and that'll help him. Yeah, that helps the Spurs, but I don't know if that's going to help us or what we're going to get from them or I don't think we're going to get a player that just frees up money. Do we get a pick from them? It would be good if we get a pick.
Let me ask you something. Do you think Yeah, I mean, do you think the Knicks just get rid of him just to get rid of him, or do we hold on to him? I mean, what if he balls out right now in FIFA, in FIBA?
He
What if he
will.
balls out?
Evan, listen, look, let's cut straight to the chase. Evan is still a good, very, very good player. Not even good, he's still a very good player. He doesn't fit our system. That's the problem. Not that he's
Right, but
not
what I'm saying,
like it's not like he's Kemba Walker that couldn't play or couldn't produce or couldn't do anything. He
no,
can
he
still,
wasn't injured. Kimba was injured.
yeah, but I'm saying like he can still bring it. He was averaging almost 17 a game. He can still bring it. He just has to be on the right team that needs that. Like the Sacramento Kings got Duarte. They could have definitely used Evan, but they went for Duarte on the cheaper money. So I think they looked at Evan, but they didn't want that money. So they got Duarte and got, 2 second-round picks to get Duarte, who's kind of what Evan can give. So it's just on the right team that needs him. That money is expensive for them to get it now, but any team that's willing to take on Evan and be free of 19 million at the end of the year, it's only smart because they're going to be able to free that money up, or they can get him and waive him or whatever and pay him off and free money. Golden State could use that because they're way over the luxury tax. So there's still options out there for them to do. I'd love a Wiggins trade and stuff like that, but that's not realistic for right now. Which, by the way, he's playing in Team Canada with RJ. Let's see if he does some talking to Wiggins. Anyway, so I think we're looking good. I think our team is gonna look good. I think our bench bombers, coined by the new Knicks, our bench bombers are looking good. DiVincenzo is gonna be a pick that nobody's talking about. It's not the sexy pick. It's not the pick like, yo, did you see who they got? But I think he's definitely gonna have the impact, if not greater. I'm gonna go on a stretch here and say if not greater than Josh Hart. Josh Hart's intangibles was huge. It's huge he's our second best rebounder. That tells you anything for a guard. He's always been great at rebounding, but DiVincenzo's scoring, he's elite at scoring. I think he's a more athletic JJ Redick. So the fact that we have someone who can hit 40% for the threes, I think is going to be really huge for us. There's going to be a time where you're going to see it. They're going to do the zone on us, and they're going to throw in a DiVincenzo and a Grimes, and maybe even IQ on the floor. Watch that lineup. That lineup's going to be crazy dangerous. You got Brunson, IQ. It'll be small, but we're going to be able to spread the paint there. That's going to be huge for the three. Michael Drake says, I believe that Leon Rose wanted to make the splash 1 year and got 2 players that didn't fit tip system. Yeah, he was trying to go for a home run. He tried to run it back with the Nerlens Noel, the Taj Gibson at that time. That didn't work. That failed us. Then we needed offense, so then he didn't want to keep running with Alec Burks, so then he went back and he tried to hit a home run with Kemba on hopes that his knee was good, which it wasn't. And then you throw in Evan Fournier. We thought those 2 pieces were going to be good fits. They were both in Boston. They were both top players when they were at their peak. It just didn't work out. It just wasn't a good fit. That's all it was. It wasn't a good fit. It didn't work. The experiment failed, and you get rid of it. That's it. You make the trade. Wish the dude the best. He shouldn't be talking that much because he just had a second baby, and they didn't want to. Again, thinking for the player, they don't want to uproot him and change and get new address for them while he had his second baby, gave him stability, and then you're gonna talk. I don't think that was cool. Anyway, now that Don hitting home runs in year 4, hey, he got Aaron Judge. He got Aaron Judge out there hitting them home runs and Stanton. Knicks references only. No Mets. But if you're Mets, we appreciate you looking at the channel. Anyway, Machete, you frozen or did your phone die? You look like
No, I'm over here. I'm reading something about DiVincenzo, man, over here. With him
okay.
and
I just saw
Brunson
you.
and DiVincenzo.
I saw your picture. I thought you was frozen on there. It looked like you were just in deep thought.
No, I'm listening. I'm just over here reading. Brunson and DiVincenzo were part of a 2
he's career.
NCAA championship.
Go ahead, you can read it. And 2-time, he won 2-time with Brunson.
Yeah,
2-time
with Hart and Brunson and DiVincenzo were part of 2 NCAA championship teams with the Wildcats, with Hart joining them on the first one.
There you go. He won 2 with Brunson.
DiVincenzo also won an NBA championship with the Bucks in 2021, though he played in just their first 3 playoff games before tearing a ligament in his left ankle.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he took it. I thought it was his knee. I was wrong. So it was his ankle. I thought he had a knee injury, but
He tore a ligament.
Yep. Yep, and Bridges was there too. That's right, Coach. And that's why we love. Can't believe we missed out on that. But Bridges, yep, Mikal Bridges was there. He won with him. That's the homie. Now that you know they talking that they're gonna and they're all on the same team, so you know there's a little bit of, you should request a trade to the Knicks. We got some stuff happening there for you. I think that'll be huge if we can somehow get Mikal, but that's probably not going to happen anyway. At least not this year for sure. But Mikal found out, so he won two. So Jalen Brunson and DiVincenzo, they won two together. They won one with Hart. I'm not sure how many they've made with Bridges. I would love for Bridges to be coming here, that for sure. I think Bridges won one.
Yes,
I think he won one with them. And then on top of that, so he got 3 rings, 2 in college, 1 as an NBA player. So he's played on the championship team. He knows his role. He knows what a team may need from him. He's been in he's a phenomenal catch and shoot player, which that's what we're terrible in. We didn't have anybody that can catch and shoot effectively or efficiently. That's where Grimes was supposed to be. That's where he should be this year, working with JJ Redick, which is an outstanding selection of someone to work with. So I think that's going to be great. He's a great slasher. The kid got ups. He could dunk. He's 6'4", but that he looks small, but he's 6'4". That's a pretty tall kid. He's 6'4". I think Brunson's 6'1". So that's something to be looking at. I think that's going to be a very slept-on pick. So the bench bombers are going to be doing their thing. We're going to be bombs away for three. And that's going to, and that the important thing about that is that that's going to free up Randall. Grimes' efficiency and the 3-pointer is going to help Randall, because people who talk about Randall, that Randall's this, we should trade Randall, he sucked. Randall's the only NBA player. If you can name another player other than Randall that gets double teamed for 48 minutes in the regular season for 80 games and the playoffs, I'd love to hear it. He's the only person that I know that I've seen in 3 years that gets double teamed every game, every time he touches the ball for 48 minutes for 80 games and the playoffs. The only player. I don't know any other player. So when we give slack to Randall, I get the bonehead plays, I get the mentality. But imagine you're playing with 2 players guarding you an entire game. You're still giving 25, 10, and 5. And then you're going to throw the occasional turnover. So there's not many other players. Christian Laettner, he was double teamed. I don't know where you get in there, Harris. I don't know about that. I don't remember Christian Laettner getting double teamed. I remember him swinging elbows. But nonetheless, I think that is a big thing that people don't see on Randall. They just choose to accept and say he's a bonehead player, but he's been double teamed. So the fact that we have 3-point shooters, and he's passed the ball a lot to players that would miss the ball. Yes, he throws them at a fastball rate, 90 miles per hour. Some people aren't ready for his passes, but he's passed it many times that they either miss the shot or he doesn't trust the player because they're not hitting the shot. So he has to force play. And that's where he gets to force bonehead plays, because he doesn't have effective players around him. The only one that he could trust at the time was IQ. That's when IQ would hit shots. IQ would come up big. There were some games that, and you could see he would always pass it to Grimes, but Grimes would either hesitate or he'll do a turnover when he's trying to run too fast, and he'll travel because he took too many steps and he's still young. So that's where him understanding the game is going to help now. So it's going to be a huge thing this year. I think the 5th place is going to be something that we'll be all right with 5th and 4th place, but I think we're going to definitely shock people in the second round. No, I didn't say beach bums, Johnny Harris. I said bench bombers. Jay Blaze is always. I love my Miami Heat homie. Appreciate it. Just Knicks, salute. Top 3. Hey, salute just Knicks. Just Knicks dropping the jewels. Top 3. I like that. I'm being modest on it. I think we're going to make a little noise. Top 3 is definitely doable. Philly looks, and a little bit of watching the ops. Philadelphia looks kind of suspect. They look suspect. They lost a lot of their players too. They lost Thibault. They lost a couple of their players. So there's some people that are looking a little suspect out there. Oh my goodness. And Christian Laettner, he won a championship. That doesn't mean anything. Christian Laettner is not Jalen Brunson. He's not Jalen Brunson. He never was, not even close. Mikal Bridges won a championship. You seen what Mikal Bridges is doing. You see DiFrancesco. It meant something to him because he won a ring with another team. The East is definitely wide open. I definitely agree with that. So they're definitely it is wide open. Give us a second while we're loading our scene. So give us a second here. If you hear our voices, clap 3 times. I don't know. Did you load the scene, Mike? M Special? Looks like it's loading on the scene there. Anyway. Oh, Miami went to the finals with a. Miami did go to the finals with a play-in team, so that big facts. They went with a play-in team, and Miami. They got Miami. What did they got Miami at? I think top 5. They got Jay Blaze. They got you guys at top 5, and you guys lost Struce. You lost Vincent. You lost half your team. You lost Oladipo, and yet you got Tyler Hero ain't gonna want to play for you. I'm pretty sure if y'all don't get rid of him, he's probably gonna request a trade. And then they got the Heat at the 5th place, top 5 in the NBA. That's insane. You're right. You guys are straight trash. Like Miami, I don't know. This is why I think we should push the chips in. We could, but what do you mean by push the chips in, Coach? Like, I'm assuming you're saying we should have gone for like a superstar, and I think Leon did. I think he made the call, but how much is all in? You know what I mean? Like, are you betting your house, your car, 6 months worth of rent money, your only savings account, and if you go wrong, you're homeless? You know what I mean? Like, there's only a certain amount that you're willing to gamble. You can't risk it all. You can't be all in every time. I mean, you can play poker and you can't go all in every hand. So I think we made the call. I think he made the call and he made offers for them, respectable offers. But I mean, all the players that you're looking at, they even said it. Even you've seen it came out now that Levine's asking price was astronomical. So they were trying to fleece. It's always the same thing. They're always trying to jerk the Knicks pause. They're always trying to take advantage of us and I want 7 number 1s, 12 second rounders, and 3 of your best players for my cripple guy. Like, come on, man. IQ, RJ picks, Sims should have been all on the table. I need a grasp that. Hold on. IQ, I think RJ was on the table. Picks, definitely on the table. I think iHeart was on the table. Sims, you really weren't going to get nothing with Sims because you only had $1 million, I think. So it's not really. It's mostly making money work. IQ could have been on the table, but again, we're talking about money too. So not only do they give the players, but you got to make the money match. So RJ's money would have worked. They didn't probably want Evan because that would have made the money work, or Obi. So you need to make that money work as well besides just players out there. And Levine Scout didn't want him to play for the Knicks because Rich Paul is butthurt knowing that it's crazy. You got your mentor that schooled you to the game and you're going to try to play tough guy with your mentor. That's lame. Anyway, you got to do best by. You should be doing good for your player, not worrying about your personal vendettas as an agent. Oh my God, come to Miami for lower state taxes? I suppose. But listen, after South Beach, it's not too much out there. MIA is live, but real estate is high.
And it's hot as fuck and mosquitoes.
After you leave the beach. Yeah, it's
There's too much to do after you leave the beach, dude.
Yeah, no, I don't mind the clutch players. Levine, I won't say Levine stinks. Harris, I think he fit us. I think he is a good player. I think he would have fit us. I think his style fits our style of play. I think he'd be good. Again, it's players fitting the team. So I definitely think he fits us. I think it would have been a good matchup, but listen, Leon Rose, he ain't going to the store with the credit card, bro. He's got a couple of bills in his pocket, and he's not going over that, not for tax or anything. He's going to give you, I need those 3 clearance shirts, and I got $60. That's including tax. He's not going over that. He went to the Gucci store, or whatever name brand you guys want to talk about. He went to the store. He saw the clothing. They were in season. It was an in season. It had the labels that were 3 times the price. And he said, "Yeah, you don't got a discount? Then can you give me a $20 friends and family discount?" And they were like, "Nah, it's an in season, so we're gonna charge you extra." And then he went to the clearance rack. He saw a couple of players that didn't fit because they were three
Did-
times.
Yo, did Chicago pick up a point guard? The Ball's because Ball's injured, right? Did they pick up anybody?
They picked up people that you're not gonna know, that aren't gonna help them. And then when it comes down to January, they're gonna be like, "Yo, you guys still want Levine?" I mean, instead of 7 first rounders, we only
And a
have
discount.
That's right. And then we're gonna be like, "Yeah, I don't want to deal with you no more. We'll just wait till we'll wait till he forces it out. When you got the last year." So it's interesting. We
When
got a
I
lot.
Psych.
Yeah, psych. Michael Jordan, he kicked the tires on all the stars. He did. He went to the dealership. He looked at the car, kicked the tires. They're good. All right, they look good. How much you want for that? You want how much down? Yeah, my credit is good, but I'm not putting more than $500 down. You want how much? I'm going to another dealership. That's it. Pretty simple, pretty easy. Levine, Zion, Beal, and Kitty Cat. Michael. He looked at all those. I can honestly say that I think he literally made the call. He literally made the offers for them. He threw a respectable trade out there with good talent, picks, and offers. I think he did. Everybody else doesn't matter. Dame, Harden, they're not really good. I mean, they can set a stand because they're literally at the last leg. Dame doesn't really have any legs to push because he's on the contract, so they're limited on what he's talking about. So Harden, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Harden is overweight, out of shape, doesn't perform in the playoffs. He only wants one team, so I see him just staying with Philly. I don't know how that's gonna make Embiid feel if they stay there. I mean, it does help them because they have a way to play, but I don't know. Other than that, we'll be talking about these other ops at another segment. I think as the Knicks, what are you guys' thoughts on RJ with Drew Hanlon? What you guys saw on the clip? Do you think that's gonna help him? You guys in the chat, do you think that helps RJ? I know I was ranting on that the last couple of weeks about RJ not being with his trainer. Do you think that he improves? Do you think that helps improve his shot? Do you think Grimes with JJ Redick is a good move? Do you think that helps improve him? Let me see what you guys think. Your thoughts on that? I think it's good. I definitely think it helps us improve. RJ still can't dribble or shoot. Coach, all right. Well, I think that's if you look at the picture of him with Drew Hanlon, it looks like that's what they were working on. Yeah, I'm special. You might have to fix that. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, so RJ, hopefully that looks like what they were working on driving, dribbling, ball control, hopefully finishing and free throws. Those things would help him improve much. So we're only gonna see. We're gonna have to watch him in FIBA when he plays for Canada. Canada. It's in Canada, eh?
Hey, Dwight.
Yo.
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 I joined through. I lost power for like about a minute.
No, I know. I thought it was all good.
You hear me?
Yeah, okay, you're breaking up a little bit, but there's no more big moves. Giannis is now re-signing with the Bucks. Yeah, so again, Giannis, I mean, the only real players I think that we're even looking at for real is Embiid and Donovan Mitchell. Those are the only ones that I can see that we really make a move for. Embiid and Donovan Mitchell, there's still smoke there. He wants to come play for us. I don't think we really give Cleveland anything. I think we just wait for the 2-year or that final year. I think there's real smoke with Donovan. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know who stays, who goes, but I think there's real smoke with Donovan Mitchell. I think that's going to be inevitable. I think he's going to eventually wear a Knicks uniform, maybe in 2 years. I don't know. For sure, I think there's smoke for that. Embiid, I don't know. He's a dream out there, but is Philly going to make that move? I don't know. Yeah. So Donovan, I think it's only a matter of time. I don't think it's going to be a trade, anything like that. G-Man 78, salute. Guest Spider for real. Next year's move. I think Donovan, I mean, yeah, I think it's inevitable. I mean, there's so much rumblings in Cleveland. If you're looking at any of the Cleveland podcasts and the shows out there, they shook. They ain't liking it. They didn't like that Spider Mitchell was with Allen Houston playing golf. It wasn't liking that he was out here in the offseason with the Mets. They not liking it, but my guy wants to come to New York, bro. I just think it's
He
inevitable.
wants to be home. Can you blame him from he wants to just be home? Leave the guy.
I think it's inevitable, but it's got to be the only way you're gonna know for sure that it's legit is when he doesn't sign the extension. If he does not sign the extension, fan the flames. That's gonna be a problem. If he signs an extension, it's donezo. Or if he tries to negotiate. But the minute, hey, salute Key Walkers, appreciate you joining. Late or not, we appreciate you at all the times. Salute. So Donovan, I think, is a no-brainer. It's gonna be a matter of time. The fit, I couldn't tell you. I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know how Grimes develops. I don't know how RJ develops. Do we keep them? There's a lot to happen. A lot can happen in a year or two. This is going to be a critical year, which is why we're talking about RJ and Grimes. That's why you see them in the post, because it's a critical year for them. And it's up to them whether they get moved, whether we go for other stars, or we hold on to what we got. I think it's going to be an exciting year. I think the chemistry that we have is going to be huge. I think keeping everybody gives everybody a little woo-saw, knowing that we're all going to be here. Same players are. Nobody really got traded except for Obi, which is almost inevitable. I think everybody knew about that. But I think chemistry is going to be a big thing. You always talk about that, Machete, about the teams being together. So I think that's
Continuity.
The continuity is going to be huge.
Consistency.
Yep. Kind of the fact that we got DiVincenzo is another little sprinkle on there. Well-seasoned mistakes. I think
the more think about it, it's a more genius move because you're talking about a guy that, okay, so we're keeping the players that we had for the last couple of years, at least 3-4 years. And now we got rid of a player that didn't fit. And now we're getting a player that is probably a better fit because he's already played and won with 2 to 3 guys in there. You know what I mean? We're bringing in DiVincenzo, who's already a good fit because he's already played 3 years with Brunson and Josh Hart. So he's already a fit. You know what I mean?
Yep. And if you look at who we had already, Tibbs already liked Hartenstein. He already liked Sims. There just was no minutes for him. So now you got nothing but minutes for Sims.
Those are also guys who have another year under their belt under this system.
Yeah, I already know. Already familiar with them. Tibbs is comfortable.
They're already a good fit. We got guys coming in. They're already a good fit. Who had a year under, at least a year banging with us, and that we went as far as we did with the newer faces that we got. You know what I mean? The fact that we went as far as we did, we know with Brunson, a new Hart, a new point guard, Josh Hart, and a center who got minutes, who got some even starting minutes. Hartenstein, got some starting minutes. Is that we came in with new guys like that and we did as good as we did, that's good. I think we're gonna do better now with even new guys that we got coming in.
And everybody's gonna get more minutes in the rotation. So we're asking who's gonna be behind a Randall or back on. Sims had almost 2 minutes a game, not even that. You don't think he would love to get 9 minutes or those 12 minutes that OB wasn't happy with?
And Sims did good when he came in and played for when we were injured, for the injured guys, those minutes he played, he did good, man.
Yeah, I mean he was a rookie, and Sims, if you're watching, all you have to do this year is stay on the ground. Don't jump. Don't go for the pump fake.
But last year was Sims or Jericho Sims' second year.
Yeah, but even then he was doing rookie mistakes as far as jumping in the air. That's his only thing. But even that, you give him 12 minutes a game, he's going to improve. He's going to get better.
He got better. He improved it a little bit.
And he's a big kid. I mean, he's got size like Randall. So he's gonna when Randall goes out, you got another bully in the paint. You got Hartenstein, who likes to play on the outside for passing, and hopefully Hartenstein works on the 3, which he was doing before. He wasn't shooting them. So, I definitely like Sims at the 4. I definitely like him backing up Randall. I think that's more realistic. I think Hartenstein took most of the backup center minutes, so they couldn't find minutes really for Sims. So I think that makes it ideal for him to back up Randall. It only makes perfect sense. They play similar as far as bullying in the paint. Hartenstein doesn't like bullying in the paint as much. He likes being on the outside and setting the pick and rolls and passing to the cutters. So I think that'll work well for them. And then Sims is great lobbing and getting passes like Mitch. So it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. I like what we got.
I'm excited, man.
The only
He's
person
another one that-
is Deuce. Deuce is only coming in, I think, injured minutes, but hopefully he develops too. He's the only other one that got a.
He's another one gonna come in deed up.
Just leave him with Westchester, man. Let him get a lot of burn in Westchester. Let him
Fuck
get
that.
burned.
Come off the bench.
Yeah, man, I want him on the bench, but he has to get burn time. You can't just bring him in cold. That was it. The
Yo,
problem.
give him what, 3 years in Westchester? Come on, man. Put that motherfucker, get him some playing minutes.
But we got too many guards. He's not, bro. He's not. You see, we got another guard, DiVincenzo. The lineups are gonna be crazy. He's not gonna get minutes like that. How many games we win in this season? How many did you
Blah,
say?
blah, blah. 30.
If you guys know Machete, he doesn't like. He's jinxing.
30. We're
I
gonna
got
go 30 and 45.
47. We could have won more if Josh Hart was in the rotation. We got him sooner. DiVincenzo's gonna play a big role. Another year with Grimes, healthier shot selection. I'm looking at 50. I'll say 50.
Blah, 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 blah.
I'll say about close to
Blah,
50.
blah, 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 blah.
I'll say another 6 games.
Blah, 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 blah.
I'll say another 6.
Yeah.
Past the second round.
Okay, all right. That's good.
Hey, like, don't let me mute you, bro. Don't make me have to force in the hand to mute you. You may not like predictions or educated guess. That's what we're doing, an educated guess.
It's called counting your chickens before they hatch.
We're making an analysis of our team based off who we have, based off our last year's experience.
You got all your chickens before they hatch.
Oh my goodness. Yo, where's your lucky rabbit's foot?
No, I'm believing that shit either.
Okay, then make an educated guess, bro. Stop crying.
I told you 30 and 45.
So don't
Why not?
don't bet your money with Machete. But I'm thinking maybe 6 more wins from where we ended up last year. He's going to the
Hello?
I think with the addition of Dante DiVincenzo, I think a full year with Josh Hart, I think is huge. I think with steady minutes for Sims and RJ, which we hope he takes a Euro step. We need him to take a Euro step this year. I got us with 55. I think it's definitely up there. Now they got Cleveland ahead of us. They saying Cleveland thinks they should be top 3 in the East. I don't know how they came up with that. I think Miami is hot trash. I think Miami lost a lot of their players. I don't see how they're in 5th place is what they got them at top 5 in the NBA. Yeah, second year, Jalen Brunson is going to be serious. He's healed from all his injuries. He's in the lab now too. I was watching him shoot up. And we got cornrow Brunson. We got cornrow braids Brunson. He's not doing the little kind of like how my joints is. He got the cornrows. He's feeling gangster. He's feeling, he's feeling all freshy deafy. So he's feeling that swag. He's confident. He got his brothers that he's playing with. He's playing with Team USA. He's gonna get some more continuity. I think Brunson, as Machete was saying, they got something to prove. So he's ready. He's ready to show that he's gonna be an all-star this year. I think Brunson to the all-star is gonna be something to look out for. I think him and Randall for sure. It would be tough for RJ to get 3 players. I mean, RJ has to just wow the world. For us to get 3 players in the All-Star, maybe second team or something like that, but for sure Brunson and Randall. I can see Randall getting another All-Star, definitely Brunson. I'm looking and liking. I liking our team. I got us top 5 for sure, top 5. In the 50s for the wins. I think for sure 3 more games easy, better than what we did. So I like that. That's what we're going with now. We got the bench bombers. Our bench is solidified. I like our bench super deep. We got IQ.
We're not mob deep anymore. Now we're the bench bombers.
The bench bombers because there's more than just 2. Before was half quick and Prado B. Yeah, half quick Prodigy. All right, half quick and Prodigy. Now we got one of the members gone. Rest in peace, Prodigy. Just like Prodigy gone.
All I know is that Phil needs to edit. Start working on editing the video since he's with the ops now.
We'll work on that. If you guys think we need a new intro, removing Obi, let us know. We'll work on that.
Remove Obi. We need a new intro. We can't have that. We can't have that, man. He's gonna come and fucking eat us up. Ese ya está pasado. Eso está pasado. Hay que cambiar la cosa ya. Poner la cosa a new video.
Right,
Keep the song the same, but
song always says that's our original.
We just blur his face off, man. He's with the ops.
Nova Knicks for sure.
You don't think he wants to come back and like he's gonna come back with Indiana and really fucking show his ass, dude. We did Indiana. We did him a favor, man.
Yeah, I expect Obi to ball. I expect Obi to get 20 points per game. If he gets anything less than 20 a game, I'm gonna be almost.
We need to go fucking hard against Indiana. That's all I know.
Look, they're gonna play. There's gonna be a game. They're gonna beat us one game in the series. They're gonna play.
Fucking not. They're not gonna win anything.
They got young talent. They're all right. They good. Now Brunson's gonna be.
So does that mean that Obi's gonna go up? Is gonna bang against Randall when they're playing? When we play them.
He's gonna try to wham on him. I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to get a poster off Randall. I'm pretty sure. But then again, Randall's not. He's not known for going up for blocks. I don't see Randall making the try to go for the block for him.
Yeah, but if you try to bang against Randall, he's gonna take that personally. He's gonna fuck you up.
Now I do see Mitch.
Look what happened to Sabonis.
I do see Mitch trying to go for a block on Obi. I do see Sims going up for a block against Obi. So I definitely see that. I can definitely see them contesting the shot, contesting the dunk. So it's gonna be.
We love you, Obi, but you're the ops now, bro. You're the ops.
You're the ops. But yo, once a Knick, always a Knick. So that's tough because we hate Indiana. That's the Reggie zone. But we love Obi.
And you wanted to go there, so I don't know, man.
Because he's gonna get playing time. Anyway, there you go. See, look, Keith, you were asking about watching the ops. He keeps bringing up the ops. We're trying to close our segment with us.
And we talking about Obi. I brought Obi up, and then he just happened to be in the ops.
Right. Yo, we appreciate you guys. What you guys think about our team? Do we get better? What are your thoughts on where we rank? Do you guys trust the process of what you're seeing? That's the title of what we're talking about today. Do we trust the process? Do we trust what we see of the players online and what they're working out? IQ's been working out. He just came fresh off vacay, got the mental ready. IQ's been balling out.
What do you think, Dwight? You think that? I mean, what do you grade what we did? You think that we did good? You think that we didn't go out there and make any stupid, drastic moves? We got a solid player, I hope, in DiVincenzo. We got rid of Obi, who could have been a cancer in the locker room, who already started a fight with RJ. Even though it seemed like they made up, but then again, he got into it with Thibs in the end. He kind of was rocking the boat a little bit. We got rid of him. I think hopefully got a better locker room atmosphere going in, because that's going to be important going into training camp. Having guys that are gonna, I like these 2 guys that we picked up in Windler and I forgot the other guy's name. They sound like some 2 pretty good pickups that we got, guys who can handle the ball, who are seem to be getting praises from the fans from the teams that they left. I don't think that we made any stupid, drastic, big moves. We've been quiet as far as the press conferences. Leon isn't out there showing his cards or anything like that. People are upset about it. So what, man? The guy doesn't have to fucking talk to you. What do you guys so you can take whatever he gives you, and you guys turn it around in the media, because MSG they got ops too, and that's ESPN and fucking NBA TV. So those guys, they're not trying to do us any favors if we give them any kind of media or any kind of insight
You know, we got our own media going on over here at MSG. So we don't need fucking ESPN. We don't need NBA TV. And that's where the rivalry comes in, which is where you see a lot of times when they try to cover us, they really, you know, they're not showing.
Yeah, you froze up a little there, but to answer your question, we have to look at what Leon Rose tells you, and if you're really observant, if you're a true fan of the New York,
Which
you're breaking up a little bit. If you're a true fan of the New York Knicks and the organization, if you're looking at what we've been doing for the last 3 years, we've been pretty consistent on what we've been doing. Slow, steady growth, slow and steady development, slow and steady culture building, slow and steady incremental moves to become a better team. That comes with time. It comes with making the right moves. It takes prudency, and you got to stick to your guns. You have to have a game plan, and you got to execute that game plan. And that's what I think we've been doing. If you look at the moves we made, I think Leon's made the right calls. I think he's tried to make the moves. He's tried to go for the home runs. What people are asking for when he's making the home run, it's crazy because they're thinking like the old Knicks, that they want us to give all our chips away. They want us to give, if it takes 5, 6 first rounders to do it, to get to this player. And there's no guarantee that these players, whether it's Donovan Mitchell, whether it's Levine, whether it's Cat, there's no guarantee on these players that are going to take you to the next level. If you look at them now and where they've been, neither one of them, Donovan hasn't been past, I want to say, the second round. Cat hasn't been past, I think, the second round. Levine hasn't been, I don't even think he's been past the first round. None of the players that you're looking at have taken anyone to a chip or taken them anywhere, even playoff Pete. They haven't been to the chip or even won a chip that you want to go after. That's why the main players that we're even looking at, whether it's a Giannis or Embiid is an MVP caliber player. He hasn't won it, but he's been MVP. Either he's been in there for the last 3 to 4 years as a runner-up as the MVP or an MVP player. So that's who you go for. But the moves that we've made have all been incremental, successful wins. You kept the coach, and all the things that they said about us, whether it's we went through a lot of coaches, we don't care for our players, how we treat our old players, how we treat our players, all the things that were negative against us, if you look, we've made that change to a positive this year. We've kept a long-term coach. We kept a style of play that's conducive to winning, which is defense. You got a defensive coach. You got a coach that's not a players coach where he's just going to be kissing the butts of the players like a Tyronn Lue or, whatever you want, LeBron. He's not playing that. It's a team game, and he tells everybody whatever's best for the team. Whether you're M Special, you mind fixing that screen? I don't know what's up with the screen there. So anyway, so that's when we made the incremental moves of where we're gonna grow our team the right way. So to answer your question, I think we've done the right moves on there. I think we've made the right plays. I think we've made the right picks. I think he's made the right calls. M Special, can you hear me? Okay, I can see that. So I think we made the right moves in that aspect to where we selected the right players, we made the right calls. It's tough, man. It's there's no way of hitting a home run. There's no such thing as whatever move you made, it's a home run. If we got Cat, that doesn't guarantee a successor or that's going to get us a chip, or any of the players that we've been looking at. Any one of those players, if you can name me, anybody in the chat, name a player that we would have gotten that you guys really would have wanted and think that would have taken us to a chip. None of those players have won with more talent that they have in their team right now. So if they haven't won with more talent, Levine's had a lot of talent on his team. Cat has had a lot of talent on his team. Cat's had a lot of talent on his team, and they can get past a certain area. It's hard to look at anything from these other players that are going to say, hey, they were worth the 5 first rounders or the next 6 years of our future. None of them have. So that's why I think the moves that we've made now is right. I like that Leon is not showing his hand to everybody while he's playing. You're playing the game. You're not going to show people your hand and what you're going to do. But it hasn't showed that it's going to pay off by letting the media know what you're doing, because it's never paid off that they say something and that the media's going to be like, oh, look, the Knicks are doing great. It's always been in a negative connotation. So why speak to someone who's doing you dirty? There's just no point to it. So for that aspect, I think we've done great. it's not for everybody. It takes time. You got to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is what people don't see. A lot of Knicks fans are focused on the here and now. They want the immediate dopamine. They need that hit. They need that scroll. They need that quick fix, and that's not how it works. To win a championship takes time. To build an organization takes time the right way, and the way we're doing it is right. We've been great with the numbers. We did phenomenal with the contracts with RJ, phenomenal with the contracts with Julius Randle, phenomenal with the contracts that we have laid out. So we've been incredibly smart with money. So all that to say, I think we're doing a wonderful job. It's hard for people to appreciate until later on. I think we're doing a good job. It takes a little while, guys. It takes a while to develop. This year is a pivotal role, which is that's why we're looking at these players here, the RJ, the Grimes. It's a pivotal year because IQ, RJ, and Grimes, those are our futures. Those are our youth players, the ones that we wanted to watch, the ones that we wanted to keep, the ones that we want to pay. So it's up to them right now to take that next step. As we're looking at now, this is our future. These are our first rounders. These are our picks that are worth it, that have been in the Thibodeau system, that played, that have developed. RJ's given us 19 points. So now it's a time to see if our youth can. Is IQ worth the 100 mil? This year will prove it. He's been great through the whole 3 years. Now it's a contract year. Now's your time to get that sixth man of the year. Now it's time to get that or most improved player of the year. Now it's Grimes' time to be consistent, healthy, to be consistent with a shot to where your teammates can trust that you're going to nail that shot. When Brunson touches the ball, we know what Brunson's going to do. We know that he's going to hit the shot. You're almost at a 90% certainty that Brunson's going to hit the shot. We need that same confidence with RJ. We need that same confidence with Grimes. And we need that same confidence with IQ. And that's where consistency comes in. So that's what you're looking at, trusting the process, which is the name of this video, which is our youth that we've all wanted to use, not to trade the players, to play them. Now's your chance. Now's their time. Now it's on them to show that they're worth the money. Now it's on them to show that they were worth not trading for. Now it's up to them to show why we didn't trade to get rid of them, why we kept them. So now is their chance. Now is our time for the next evolution of the Knickerbockers. Now did the right choice for them, not giving up these picks, not giving up these players. Will it pay off? It paid off with Randall after he had the dud season, the thumbs down season, that it was a dud. They thought the first year All-NBA, All-Star year was a fluke, and they betted on their player. They said, we're going to hold on to him. We're not going to trade this as a dead asset. We're going to hold on to him. We're going to invest in our player, which again shows the superstar like, yo, this person was down and they stuck with him. They stayed with him and they believed in him, and it paid off. It paid dividends. So that's how you do with stocks. You don't just always get rid of it because it drops. Sometimes you got to hold and invest and hope that your ROI or return on investment is worth it. So it was definitely worth it with Randall because that investment paid and high yield, if you guys know about the market. Now, same thing with IQ, Grimes, and RJ. Now is the time for this investment to return the high yield for you. Now it's time for them to take that next step. RJ's 19 points a game is very good. I mean, there's not many 23-year-olds or 22-year-olds that are giving you 20 points a game. You got Levine that's giving you 24 and a half a game. You got Bradley Beal that's giving you 24 and a half a game. And as Machete Mig was saying, that's just a couple of free throws. If he gets good on his free throws, he can give you 20 to 24 a game just off free throws. Not even improved on his three-pointer, not even more efficient scoring. If he just hits his free throws, he's giving you 22 to 24 a game just off that. And if he finishes and gets three-pointers, you're looking at a possible 30-point scorer at 23 years old. So his roof is way higher. So that's where the investment for him comes in, efficiency and finish off. So the fact that he's giving you 20 is bananas. Very good. So all I got to say is I believe in the process. I believe in the front office. I trust them in the process. I've seen what they've done. It's paid off. I've seen the contract that they've done. It paid off. So it's you gotta back your team at some point. The grass is not always greener, and sometimes it looks green on the other side. But guess what? Artificial grass is more greener than real grass. So it could look greener, but then you go over there and you be like, it's artificial. It's not real. That ain't real. Everybody, there's no secret recipe that one person has over the other. Building a team organically is what it takes. All right, horny dad joke anyway. But it takes building a team and slow progression, the right steps. Each year it's been a positive, other than the Nerlens Noel. When we went in with the old team, that didn't work well. And then the last not great investment, which was Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker. Evan Fournier is the last negative aspect that we're going to ditch that. And then again, that frees up 20 mils. That helps us anyway. All that to say, I trust the process. Let me know what you guys think. Sorry we're so long and so winded, but we try to give you guys good information without just spamming you with just junk videos and just regurgitating what anybody else is saying. We try being original. Sometimes we make you laugh, sometimes we don't, but we try giving you great content either way. If you're watching on a replay, watching it live, we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. There won't be no us without you. We appreciate you guys for checking in. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. Share and recommend. You know what to do. If you want to like it, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. We won't counsel you on it, but we definitely appreciate you. Salute, salute. The Organic Fanatics. We out Sundays and Fridays, 5 p.m. We will be back Sunday, 5 p.m. And we got a little special something I got for you guys. We're going to have a special, different type of thing. Stan posted. We got a little special thing that nobody's done, nobody's doing. We got a little. You're going to like it. Appreciate y'all. All right. Salute. Organic Fanatics. We out. M Special, take us out of here. You're.
Forms and films in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks. Let's get it.
Shout out to the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, salute my guy.
The new Knicks, the organic podcast.
Uh-oh. Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, NYC. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want?